would just like that was all be a lot of faces on screen.
Too many faces.
You know what I
Too
was
many.
realizing while I was listening to the glory that is the Dragon Ball theme tune?
Was this?
I
Yeah.
don't
You don't like it?
I don't know what chala hechala means. And they say it a lot, and I feel like I should know what that means. So I'm going to try and find out what that means right now.
You don't need to.
But also,
Chris says his fingers don't work.
Chris!
Why don't your fingers work, Chris?
Oh my god. How are you doing, man? How is the internet back for you? Is it alive and kicking again?
Did you win your fight with the internet?
I saw Chris has been playing PC games. He's been playing stuff like PUBG and stuff. And
PUBG hype.
I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, I should get on that. I should.
Yeah, you should come play some PUBG. Come on.
Oh my god, we should all PUBG, and we should just leave these console peasants alone.
Alright,
That's
come on,
what I
pop
think should
down, man.
happen. Especially since Destiny hates Cam so much. Let's just leave.
I thought those updates would have fixed it, but nope.
Oh, have you tried? Has it still not fixed it?
Yeah. I'm grinding my way through light levels. I'm 247 now.
Hey Nia. Hey Josh.
Yeah, see, Nia knows.
Chris says it's back, but there's an area outage right now. I'm sure that's what they tell you, Chris.
Yeah, the area is your house.
I found out a couple things recently, other than that Chris is like becoming a pro PC gamer. Is Josh and Ed are doing a podcast. So I'm gonna shout that out because Josh is obviously a legacy Spawn Point cast member and we love him so. So if anybody wants to check that out, I'll add it to the link dump, which will be the only link this week. So it'll be glorious.
Yeah, it'll be a special link.
I can give you links. I'm just not sure they're relevant.
It's on YouTube.
I could link a bunch of stuff. But
Yeah, come on, we could talk about world news, like the Saudi Arabia thing, or Donald Trump.
no.
Or Donald Trump, or Donald... He's been in the news a lot this week, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last week and the week before.
Yeah, a bit more Donald Trump, just in case.
But just finishing off the podcast shout. It's called in the bread, which I listened to episode 1 at work today, and I think that name is derived from the fact that there's a bunch of cousins on that podcast, and it's meant to mean inbred, but like
What's in the bread though?
in the same genes, all the same genes.
There's bread in the jeans.
This bread is a product of incest.
There's an incest bread. What?
Yes, and yeah, so there's 2 episodes out right now. I've only seen the first one, but it's kind of random, off the wall stuff. It's funny. I liked it.
Let's watch it now. Let's just not do the podcast.
Okay, I'll put it up. Here we go. So I'm just gonna
Put podcast within podcast.
put this in the main screen. They have a nice pretty
Put it
logo.
on the main screen and make sure that our podcast is exactly the same length as their podcast, so it's in parallel. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's what we should do. I'm just closing it. Right. So in other news, we are back from a week of EGXing, a week of being together in person. It's probably about as long as I can handle being with any form of human being in person. So that was good.
What's special?
And it was a good time. Mainly, I mean.
Yeah, let's do what Josh said. We should be in the bread and they can be Spawn Point.
Yeah, sure. Let's try it. Today we are welcome to in the bread podcast. Today, we're going to talk about random stuff that is kind of game news, but also kind of not game news.
Yeah.
When's the fucking start?
Tell me about cousins.
Mainly the break we were on was about EGX, but we did Cam and Luke and Andy were all over at my house for a period of time, for different periods of time, and we did do a games podcast last week that maybe some of you caught, which was really good fun.
Yeah, I fell over laughing. It was great.
I completely forgot about that until I rewatched
So did I. It was brilliant.
The best moment is the first.
I didn't even see it happen in person. I just heard a bang and Kamal was on the floor.
I tried to move in frame and it didn't work.
No.
Committed.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
for
definitely moved into frame. That definitely happened.
But it's a good time. Those are both on our YouTube channel as well. I mean, there's two sections. Like the first one's the real life IRL card games and stuff, and the second one is us playing on the Nintendo Switch. Not again, Josh. Not again. First time, I think.
Well, has never lost balance in his life until that moment.
Yeah. And those are both up on YouTube. I don't know how I want to tackle
spread
this.
my legs a lot in that.
I had some.
Yeah, same.
So I
Every
don't.
kept calling me a slut.
Do we want to go straight into EGX, or do we want to touch on some of the bigger stories that have come out this week, quick, impromptu, and then go to EGX?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna take that as a yes for the second thing.
Sure.
I'll just guide us through some stories that I read today that I thought were like interesting and I've completely forgotten already, and I know there was something relevant. I know there was something important. Wow.
Good news. Give me a hint, I might know what it is.
Atari announced some more news about their games console. So for people who didn't hear that,
making a games console.
okay, for people who missed that one podcast that we did that one time, Atari is planning on getting back into the console business. And there's
Where did we talk about this?
wow. Okay.
I feel like I was there and I still don't know what we're about.
Because all they showed was pictures, and they were like, "Oh, we're making a console," and we were like, "Okay, that's not really very useful because we don't know if it was like a retro box or like if it's a new games console or what it is." But apparently, it's rumored to cost around the price of a Nintendo Switch / PS4, not Pro. Other than that, we know it's going to be running Linux, and it's going to be preloaded with a bunch of like Atari games, and it's going to be able to play Steam games. So what it sounds like is it's a emulator and a Steam box. You know, like so basically just a PC. So what they're selling you is a PC. So Atari's making a PC.
Sold.
I'm down.
They're a bit late to the game.
Just buy a PC.
No, Josh.
No, don't be stupid.
Don't call it a comeback. They've been here for years. Not rocking their peers, though. Failing very hard.
100%. They're not putting any suckers in fear at all.
No.
Not a single.
Their mama didn't tell them to knock anybody out. Or she did, and they just let her down a lot. One of the two.
They did a bad job
Stop
of
the
it.
tangent!
So that's something that happened this week. Does anyone care? Is anyone like, oh, Atari retro console? I'm hyped.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, something else happened this week.
What?
The Xbox apparently might be bringing the Duke back, which is the original Xbox controller. There's a whole
Why?
thing about it.
Why?
That was
I
the
don't-
worst gaming controller ever made.
Why would you want that
There was
garbage
a thing
thing?
about it, and people were like, Xbox are bringing it back, and then people were like, I loved the Duke, and then everyone else was like, but it was awful and clunky. And I was like, no, it's an icon.
You talking about it has clamped up my hand. Like, oh god, no!
Yeah, that Xbox controller was so bad that like from then Microsoft became the first studio to get an ergonomics
Look at that
team
monster.
like
Look at that.
to design a controller because they were like, we don't know how to make controllers. And on the plus side, it's the reason the current Xbox controller is so good is because they were like, oh my god,
Because
we
this
bounce
one's
back.
like.
I've spoken to people who really don't like the current Xbox One controller.
I think it's worse than the 360 controller, but it's
really?
not bad. So it does this
Because they replace a stupid start. They go to start and back and put these trashy buttons in.
Okay, my two problems with it are the shoulder buttons. I think are worse. I just think they feel worse than the old ones. They're not like as natural for me to click. The bumpers and the my bigger problem with it is it does this fake like false like batteryless design where like it's completely flat on the bottom as if it doesn't have a battery pack. Where the original Xbox controller wasn't. because it had the battery pack, but that meant that you could slide your fingers around the sides of the battery pack, but now you can't. Now it just stops a bit earlier, so it's a bit less comfortable for me to hold. I don't think it's a major step down, but I do think it's a step down.
I would never have thought about that. I've never had that issue.
It's not really an issue. It's not like I don't hold
I've
it.
never made that
my hands
observation.
are uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But like, they're both so good that you have to nitpick if you want to pick between them, in my opinion.
I guess.
Yeah, this was like I was comparing it with the PS4 controller originally, and trying to decide which one I liked better. Xbox 360 is like the ideal controller in my opinion, especially for shooters. I feel you.
I feel like mouse and keyboard's better for shooters.
But that's not a controller.
Yeah, that's not a controller though, it's a mouse and a keyboard.
I mean, it controls the game you're playing.
But it's not a controller.
Of course it is.
It's a mouse and keyboard. Don't be silly, cat.
God damn, I swear to God, there was like, I saw things today and I was like, oh, this is relevant. I feel like we should talk about it even though we're not meant to be doing news podcast today. And now my brain is like completely brain farting. This is what happens when you don't write news down. You know what? Let's just go into EGX, and by the end,
No, we
it's
already
all come
did
back
that.
to me.
That was last week.
Talk about it.
Okay.
Right, where to start?
Shooty Fruity is the best game ever made.
Let's go to consult
Game over, let's go.
the list on my phone.
Okay, yeah, that sounds smart.
This is literally the only reason I kept this list, is I knew we would forget about games.
I know I have.
Here we go.
Filler noises.
Okay, so we, on day 2, because on day 1 we didn't get much of anything done.
Wait, we played Detroit on day 1.
Yeah.
We did. Which was great, but I'm saying like we kind of were like walking around a bit like headless chickens. So on day 2 we kind of came with a list, which is this. But yeah, we might as well talk about Detroit since it happened first.
I feel like Detroit's been like, we've had trailers of Detroit for like ages. That's been out for like years, right?
I mean,
the trailer was the bit we did in the game.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I've seen that trailer.
One of the trailers
ages
was.
ago.
Okay, so like, I mean, the first Detroit trailer was from 2000, and okay, well, I guess you gotta separate. Like, are we talking gameplay trailer, or are we talking the announcement? Detroit was announced.
The announcement was E3 2016, wasn't it?
No, the game was announced 2015, but the first trailer we saw for it was 2016.
That must be what I was thinking of.
Which is only a year ago. It's not that long ago in like the grand.
I guess in games development terms, it's not hugely long time ago.
Yeah. And also the Heavy Rain guy is notorious for showing off vertical slices.
David Cage.
Yeah, David Cage. He's notorious for just showing off a vertical slice of a game when the game's nowhere near being actually finished. So he's always got kind of long development cycles, as it were. But Heavy Rain is a game by Heavy Rain is also a
Heavy
game
Rain.
by David Cage.
Heavy Rain is a game by David Cage. You're correct. Detroit is a game by David Cage.
Detroit Becoming Human is a game by David Cage.
Yes.
About
really good.
It's set in the future in a world where like there are very hyper realistic and Westworld style android butlers and android peoples that work in the world, and you play as, at least in the demo, you play as a detective. In the full game, you play as three different characters. Connor.
I knew it was a white guy name.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers, you're an android.
So this trailer is actually the level we played, the one I'm playing right now, which was the 2016 trailer.
Yes.
And it actually, interestingly enough, I'm looking at this and it looks a lot better. Like, the one we played looks visually better. You probably won't be able to notice this off the stream because it'll be all like compressed. But I guess that might be because we were playing it on a PlayStation 4 Pro, and this is shot before the PlayStation 4 Pro was a console. So that's probably why.
You would think so.
But yeah, it looked a decent amount better than this trailer does. But other than that, everything was pretty much the same. It's about we were kind of walked into this demo where we were given that controller and we were allowed to control this detective guy, and he shows up and there's a crime scene. I don't really tell you much about it. You're like kind of thrust into it in the sense that like that you just know there's a crime scene going on. You're like, what's happening? And then you start picking up cues from like the people talking around you and piecing this thing together.
You know it's a hostage situation, but you have to like, piece together the rest of the clues from your environment.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
So
You creep around a house.
You creep around a house, picking up stuff as this thing goes on.
Holding left trigger down to find little boxes.
And swiping up on the touchy thing. And
even if you forget what the swipe thing is, and then you spend like a good 2 minutes just like, I'm doing the thing on the analog. Son of a bitch.
I forgot that was the thing as well.
Can you tell these guys aren't PlayStation gamers? Yeah. Pretty much
my controller.
Pretty much only Sony exclusives use that feature. Surprise!
No only exists in the PlayStation. Funny that, isn't it?
Well, some games are pretty cool. Like Transistor, for example, is an Xbox One and PS4 game, but on PS4 it uses the PlayStation controller features to enhance the experience a bit more. Which is like props to those devs for going the extra mile. It's like the Xbox Rumble triggers. Nobody uses those anymore.
Rumble triggers?
Yeah, the Xbox One has rumble triggers in the controller.
What? Does it?
Yeah, it does.
What's a rumble trigger?
So in Forza, if you play like Forza, the trigger will rumble like as you rev your engine, like so you'll feel it in that finger as you rev it. And it's meant to be like, a bit more immersive, so it's a specific vibration, but just in the trigger. But no other games use it because Microsoft doesn't make exclusives, and no non-exclusive developers want to use it because effort.
Not even console exclusives?
Exclusive.
So that's one of the things that's in an Xbox controller that's just a waste of money right now.
Awesome.
But how did everyone feel about Detroit? Any comments?
I thought it was
interesting. I fucking loved it.
It was just like a better version of a Telltale game because it was actually had a branching story. Because I think 6 of us played it and we got 4 different endings, didn't we?
Yeah, none of us failed, but we did get 4 different type of victory states.
When I finished, the woman that was stood there was like, how did you find it? So I explained, what happened, what ending got. She said, so far through the day, there'd been 4 different endings, and from what she knew, there were at least 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of fucking different endings people could get.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So that's interesting because those are definitely so you can tell that the contained missions will have a bunch of scope. I'm interested to see how much that scope then ends up affecting the overarching story.
The wider game.
Yeah. Not the contained mission itself having various endings isn't good enough. It's pretty good, and as long as the missions are well written and impactful in their design, that's good. That's you'll feel I wish I saved that kid or whatever. But if it's just the kid died, but moving on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you didn't care about the kid because you just walked into a flat and there was a kid there and you have no empathy for children. And
I was feeling so hard while playing that game. I was like, don't kill the little girl. Don't kill the little girl. If you do anything today, don't let this little girl die. She's looking at you.
I honestly, if it was harder and that little girl died, I'd probably have to play it.
We'd imagine they're just trying you. I was like, no, I have to say it now.
It did a good job for me as well, of putting me in a situation where I felt like I was actually on the clock. I was like, ooh, danger, someone might die. Because I really didn't know if the game was waiting for me. When I was in the flat, I didn't know if the guy...
I rushed into the final end game because I didn't know whether it would just time you out.
I got the same thing as Luke, where I went to inspect something, and then it kind of put me out on the roof, and I was like, wait, I'm not ready for this. Guys.
I'm not ready.
Guys, I need info, I need to go back, the data!
They did a really good job of, how you were going around, they was, slowly progressing it by bringing in more, police officers.
Some guy got shot in the face. It was like, oh god, no.
I grabbed his gun. I stole his gun.
I reconstructed him getting shot, but didn't save him.
I didn't know you could save him.
Someone saved him, right?
I don't think we're talking about the same guy. So when you walk out onto the balcony ledge thing, right? To your left, there is a guard bleeding out.
Oh, I just ignored him.
Yeah, you can go up to him while you're talking the guy down, and you can crouch down and like help him. Like you just wrap and put pressure on his wound, and it keeps him from bleeding out, right? But it lowers your chance of success a little bit. But then you can bring it back up by like the talking.
I tell the helicopter to go away, apparently.
Yeah, or do a Camden,
Yeah.
which just like apparently goes to 99 instant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just do what I did and just shove him off the building and grab the girl so she doesn't fall down.
Or do what Lewis did and shove him off the building and fall off with him.
Yeah.
The same thing else.
Do what Luke did.
I got shot!
This is cool. This is cool that we can have those endings. That is pretty dope.
Like,
Yeah.
I got shot.
I
and then
love
I got
how
frozen.
varied the differences are.
Yeah. So fingers
man-
crossed that plays out all the way through the game, and they keep it up.
My Android
Especially if they all
frozen
affect
place.
the wider thing, the wider story, 'cause it'll make it all feel connected rather than it just being like contained stories.
Yeah. I'm kind of done with the whole like games promising me this and not delivering, so I'm really hoping this isn't another
Telltale.
one of those. Because like
Scalebound.
it'll instantly go from a game I'm interested in and to a game I just despise for
They ruined
lying
everything for that.
again. Like how many times can they use the same lie, to sell a game?
At least one more.
At least one more time. Hot off EGX, Fire Demon.
Yeah,
Fires here.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Fire in a spawn point chat.
it's about time for
Oh,
attention, though.
Fire, we played your game. Oh, do we have words about your game for you?
Wait.
Damn
the
you,
occupation.
Fire!
We'll get
It's
there.
occupied.
We'll get there.
It's occupied, wasn't it? Yeah,
The
well,
occupation. Any final thoughts
that
on?
really boring one.
Yeah. Wait, shut up.
Yeah.
Any...
no spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, that had that voice actress woman in
yeah,
it as well.
it did.
Yeah, that one who had really bad advice for everyone.
She had a
Ooh.
few
I feel like-
decent
I feel like-
advices. A few decent.
I feel like we're jumping ahead quite a bit.
Yeah. Does anyone have any final thoughts on Detroit?
Detroit.
Before...
The woman who was
I wouldn't buy it.
outside had a very boring job.
Oh yeah. There's that woman
Yeah,
outside.
so there was a woman outside, so when you're in the queue, there was someone dressed up as an android. And I don't think she understood what the androids did in the game, because she, obviously,
I
they're
think
meant
that's
to be
what
human
she
in
was
the
just
game.
told to do. To be honest.
No,
Yeah, and
when-
she was just sort of looking really blankly at everyone.
Also,
I
And
noticed
I swear that must have
when-
been the most boring job in the world.
when-
She was there. We came back again on on the Friday. I think it was still her doing it.
GG.
I felt bad.
when people spoke to her, she did this whole "Hello, I am me," like in a completely robotic tone, and I was
Yeah.
like, you can't hedge on people speaking to you, guys.
The
Like to sell
No,
this
she's
thing.
so creepy.
Yeah, she was well. She was well creepy.
to be fair to her, when you like buy an android in this game, they are just like pause things. So I don't know if that's what they were trying to do. But either way, she did a good job at standing there.
I guess she's getting paid for it, right?
I know this is gonna sound, but I couldn't tell she was real to begin with. So I eyeballed her so hard. I was like,
Did you think
"What
there
the
was?
hell is-" And she looked at me, and I was like, no.
Ugh.
A woman. Gross.
Cool. So
That's not what I thought.
you said you wouldn't buy it. Would you not buy it because it's a PS4 exclusive, like in the sense that you wouldn't get a PS4 to play it, or you wouldn't buy it regardless of that?
No, it's just not my kind of game.
That's fair.
I want to do stuff in games. I don't like just making decisions. Like, I want to be running up to the dude and punching him off the building. But you see, I don't like Telltale games.
No,
Well, neither do I. I don't like
And I-
Telltale games anymore, but that's different. That's for a different reason.
It's just like I want to be in control of the action,
yeah.
which I guess you are to a certain extent. But
And outside of like kind of that mission, like a contained zone like that, it's much more third-person action game. Like especially when you're like looking at like kind of the other character that you play.
I mean, if there's more action in it, then maybe. But also,
Yeah.
I don't have a PS4, so I ain't getting it.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of got to operate on the like assuming you have the console thing, because I don't think there are many games that are worth buying a console for ever, except for Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, which is totally worth buying a Nintendo Switch for. best game. Full stop. 10 out of 10 ever.
I would have bought any console for Scalebound.
I'm reading what you said, Fire. I'm gonna.
Okay.
No.
So that was day one. There must have been something else that we played day one.
That pinball game that was amazing. Was that day one?
Oh yeah, that was.
No,
the
that
end
was
of
on the
day
way
one.
out of day one. Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was
called.
good.
The one that I broke.
That was called Yoko's Island Express. I got it saved.
Did we play Jatomura on the first on
Nah,
that day?
that was on the second day.
No, that was
Second
second
get
day.
Yoko's up.
Yoko's Island Express is an amazing game. Everyone
Tell
should
us
Yeah,
buy it.
about
out of nowhere as well.
Tell
Never
us-
even heard about it.
Tell us
You
about
play the little beetle man who has a giant ball for some reason, but like that's not the
He's a
amazing.
dung beetle.
That's not the. Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's
I thought
what.
you
Yeah,
just-
well, he's
Yeah, that's why.
he's a male dung beetle. Not a
Yeah, that's
male,
why it's got the-
as in
Yeah,
gender.
because you
It
get
might
to
not
the
be
island
male.
and the original postman's like, "Here's a map," and just throws it away.
Yeah, he just throws a map at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
prick! He's like, pick it up, you scumbag, pick it up.
Yeah, come on,
like,
get into the
I'm
ground for
out.
it, you
He's
dirty boy.
like, want help getting to the post office? Fuck you.
Okay, so I'm playing a bit of the Xbox trailer for this. So this was kind of a small game. It was like positioned kind of near the exit that we were taking.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that it's on Xbox as well. They were showing it off on the Nintendo Switch, but this trailer's from Microsoft's YouTube, so it's definitely also on Xbox. And it's cool because it's like it combines pinball and platforming. Like, they've got like these levels where and you are the stung beetle that controls the ball, the pinball, but the levels also have like the pinball kind of
The bumpers.
bumpers, yeah, all over them. So you can use that to add momentum to your character or get to like weird places or just platform.
Because there's no jump button in the game,
Yeah,
and it's nothing to say. You use the bumpers to jump and the flippers.
yeah, it's cute. I liked it.
Fire, you've
I
already
know.
seen pictures of us at EGX. They're on Instagram.
You're
There's more
forgetting-
coming. Fire.
Yeah, Kamal has a bunch more than I do.
You're forgetting the most important aspect of that game.
You can
Uh,
blow a
the
freaking
party
party.
hooter.
Yes, and the comedic potential is amazing. You're just kind of standing there, and then you just go.
Yeah.
Also, you can look at the person who's playing next to you and continue.
Yeah, I
play.
did that.
Press
Yeah.
it, press it, press it.
That's pretty dope.
I feel like we must have played something else, day one.
You think,
I
right?
played
Dragon-
that really awful
Fire.
indie game that I got.
Oh yeah, we played
into
Dragon
playing
Ball,
by the game dev.
Yeah, we played Dragon Ball.
but that wasn't really.
Oh, we played Sonic Mania.
Yes, we
Oh,
played
yeah.
Sonic.
Those are both games that are already out, but none of us had hands on with them before.
Yeah.
Sonic Mania is beloved.
Sonic's still really hard. Still don't know how I used to play that when I was a small child.
I think that game is like the highest rated Sonic game since
But
the
it's just
old
the original.
like,
Since-
Sonic games that were good.
Since the spiral, which is the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
This-
Since utter disaster.
You want to play Sonic the Werehog?
The
What's
music
wrong with-
is great. That's all I have to say about that because I'm really bad at it. If you want a good review of Sonic Mania, go watch Video Game Donkey's video on it. That's
You need to
beautiful.
see that.
Beautiful video, beautiful man, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Kamal, was it day one that I got pressured into playing that
Yes,
awful
I
indie
believe
game?
it was.
Okay,
what
let's
was-
talk
What
about
was it called?
the last people. No, I don't know what it's called.
It was
The last man, the last name. I'm gonna look through the games.
My
I'll
last
find it.
name. Just
One Last Son or something. Wasn't it? I think it was something like that. I'm sure it was a family thing.
One.
What was it though, Spoder? Tell us about it.
okay. So we were walking around the little indie game bit, you know, where
The indie game,
like
the
indie
best.
devs come and show off the games, and we were all stood, and everyone was like, "Oh, let's go check out this thing." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So the dev turns around, looks me in the eyes, goes, "Oh, do you want to come play the game?" Like staring at me.
A dev of a different
I-
thing, like a thing we weren't trying.
Not the
to
thing we
play.
Yeah.
wanted to go see.
Like, not the dev of the game we wanted to go play, which I can't even remember now.
Yeah.
But you know, just this dev was like, "Oh, do you want to come play this game?" And I was like,
And when like a dev walks up to you and asks you to play their game, you don't want to break their itty bitty hearts. So
I
you
know.
say yes.
Don't
If it
play a
was like-
trash game.
That's, if it was like the developers of like a huge game, I didn't have an interest in. I'm like, yeah, no thanks. I won't
Yeah.
feel as bad since, you know,
Yeah.
like a million people.
We walked out of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, twice.
But No, this guy had an indie game. I was like, I'd feel bad if I didn't, so I played it, and it was
So
awful.
you felt bad instead.
It's like,
Yeah,
what do
I
you
felt
do
bad.
when you play an indie game, and the developer's right next to you, and his indie game is really bad? Do you tell
It's
him?
trash.
You know,
I told him.
I've
No, fine, I was gonna say.
I've always been like, this is the conundrum. I'm gonna call it the American Idol conundrum. Of
Oh!
when someone comes up on stage and they sing and they're trash and they get ruined by the internet and they hate their life from then on, and you think to yourself, why have their parents / friends / siblings not told them up to this point that they're bad? And that's because their friends / parents / siblings are too nice. They're bad because they're too nice. And you can be so nice that you are a bad person, is what I have come to the conclusion of. And we were all bad people, because we should have walked up to that indie guy and told him his game is bad.
I wasn't there. Count me out of this.
I came back and told him his game was bad, so I'm not a good person.
You did? Well, okay.
Yeah, we kept...
Coming back is kind of a dick move.
I didn't go
out of your way.
I didn't go specifically back to tell him his game was bad.
Andy just flipped halfway through and he's like, you know fucking what? I'm going back.
I was the DJ at the party, right?
Yeah, he did. He needed telling that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well, that will get. I hope we'll get.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, but...
Oh,
yeah,
no, I
so
can't
basically
remember.
what we saw from the game was very flash gamey and it had very poor animation. It was basically bad all around,
Super
right?
unpolished,
Awful
bad
animations.
collision, bad animation, bad level logic, bad platforming, bad.
It's just bad. It's bad.
It's like, you know, if you started a game dev course and you made your first game and you made that, your teacher would be like, oh, that's pretty good, I guess.
You've
Like,
got the basics. Now it needs a lot of
I
polish.
guess.
Yeah, like it wouldn't even be a congratulations on that level, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just sad. And maybe they should think about doing something else with their lives.
Just stop being a game developer.
Yeah, it's
Is that your
not
advice?
development.
Yeah.
Was there any aspect of the game?
That was nice.
I didn't see this game. Like he could be like, I can do this one thing.
The art was pretty crap.
You managed to guilt people into playing it.
Yeah, no, they should totally be like, oh no, you make a valid point, Andy. They should be in like marketing and stuff, or like video game PR, because not only did they guilt people into playing it, they had tons of like, for an indie game, they had people like paid to cosplay their thing and walk around stage handing out cards. They
Really?
were like, they were like,
they managed to flog it to EGX. I'm surprised they got onto the show floor, to be honest.
yeah, they got onto the show floor. They know how to push at least. I'll give them that. Like,
Yeah.
not a lot
They
of people know how
hide
to
their
do
game
that.
while pitching their game.
Yeah, maybe they should go find some developers that don't know how to do that. There's a lot of those, and join together, and then they'll be a good whole.
And they'll be like,
Yeah, what was
you guys just stay away from the game development. You just do the marketing, and we'll actually make a game that's not terrible.
I don't
See,
know.
fine, we managed to find the positive.
Yeah, he's good at hawking crap.
He'd win at Snake Oil.
Yeah,
That's what we should have done. We should have invited him to play Snake Oil with us.
even know because he would have won.
Yeah, none of us would
He
ever
could have
win.
even sold stuff to me, and I'm terrible at selling things to it.
I'm trying to. I can't.
Did you guys play Cuphead on the first day?
I think that's
we
second
did that
day.
on Friday. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking on Thursday, but all we did, we just
We kind of
just
just walked
wandered
around and
lost,
took it in.
lost lambs. I
Yeah.
think so.
That's that's
We went to a few of the dev sessions on Thursday, right?
yeah. Oh yeah. The other thing they had at EGX was the theater, which they did dev sessions in, which was like just talks.
Theater was great.
Theater was my favorite part of it.
Yeah, that was well good.
Let's see. I will go to my schedule and I will see what
Next
sessions
year
we did.
would. Next year
One
would
of
be
the XCOM ones was Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first XCOM one, which was how
How they save.
how
How Farax saved it, right?
yeah, how Sir Axis saved XCOM from
Basically, how the
Yeah.
American dude whose name I forgot is the coolest man alive.
Jake
Oh, yeah.
Solomon, right?
Yeah, it was
Jake
well cool.
Sullivan.
I also went to a
He
talk
is-
before that on Xbox.
No,
in
it was-
future
it was
console
the,
technology.
I was going to say that was the for the Digital Foundry one, right?
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah,
I think
that's the
it was
one
just
that me, Andy,
pretty
and Jamie all almost fell asleep in.
I didn't fall asleep.
You
It was
almost did. I elbowed you.
It was high-
I elbowed
it was-
you to look at Jamie because he was falling asleep and you were falling asleep.
I was really tired. They had a couple of chairs, like.
They did.
Will not
They
dispute.
were like the first chairs we'd sat down in at that point.
Is that when we were in the public?
Yeah.
I think that was when you guys were in the pub, yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Having a date. It was great.
So that talk wasn't anything super new. It was just it was for me it was just nice to see the Digital Foundry guys live because
We saw them in Nando's later.
Yeah, and I dragged Andy and Lewis and Jamie along with me.
I just wanted to sit down, to be honest.
But yeah, the XCOM talk was really good.
The XCOM.
Oh yeah,
It's so cool.
Jake. Was it Jake? What was his
Jake
name? Yeah, he was like, such a like genuine guy. It was amazing.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
creative
I mean,
director.
when he was like, to be honest, the first copy of XCOM was fucking shit, and I was like, I like this guy.
Man who can see his own flaws.
Probably a bit more so because he mentioned some flaws in XCOM 2, and XCOM 2 is the most perfect game ever made. So,
Apart from all those frame rate drops.
well, yeah, but
Maybe get a better computer, Andy. Oh snap!
oh wait, you don't have one. You're a console pleb. Same.
But yeah, that was fun. We
the
got.
RNG though.
I think we saw 2 talks on XCOM, so we've got a lot of insight into like the
Yeah, that was
background of XCOM.
on the Friday. It was XCOM past, present, and future with Josh
Julian
and Julian Gallop,
yeah.
who did the OG XCOM UFO Anime Unknown in the 90s.
Yeah. And
They didn't do much
They
talking about the
plugged
future
Civ a
of it,
lot.
to be honest.
Theraxis is owned by the studio that develops Civ.
But they did plug it a lot.
They did.
They were basically saying Civ and Sid Meier's himself
Yeah.
were the reason that XCOM is around.
Well, yeah, they said it was because it proved that an RTS game could still survive in like the time when they were all dying on the feet because it was an oversaturated game market.
Yeah.
But he also went to him
Nazi
more
games.
ideas as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn from the best, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Sid, give me answers.
Truly a genius.
Yeah. I mean, so we played Civ games. Good.
Yeah. GG to that dude.
There's no aliens in it.
So that was fun.
Oh!
And that was day 1.
Okay.
I got
Day
2
2.
Ingrams, sorry.
Yeah, I got an exotic one earlier.
Day
Sorry.
2 was Far Cry.
Yeah,
That's
so
what we
it's fun,
started
right?
with. Here we
Where
go, fire!
Kamal was bigoted against.
Yeah, I will attacked, lining up for Far Cry.
Possibly the best part about the Far Cry demo.
So Far Cry, for those who don't know, it's based in a cult and just a white supremacist, crazy Christian cult who's just taking over a town.
Yeah.
And there was a dude going around cosplaying as a white supremacist as part of this promotion, I guess. And you had to take. That's what this. You got a picture of him scowling at you, and you got a tweet it, and stuff happened.
Yeah.
But after that, he was coming around handing out postcards or whatever they were,
Yeah.
like promotional material on. Guess who didn't get one? It was Kamal.
It was me.
I think the next best part was when we walked in and Kamal was sat on the only black chair.
Yeah, there was like a row of about, I think it was supposed to be 10 things, and they were all like little footstools to sit on. All of them were white, apart from one that was black, and Kamal got put on that one. It was just like, didn't really know what to say at that point.
So Far Cry was pretty good.
It was. It's just Far Cry at this point.
I
Did not line up.
Okay.
Honestly, I expected better from Far Cry 5.
What did you expect though in a 30-minute?
Look, no, it's a Ubisoft game.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm not.
Look,
I mean, what do you want us to do?
Just anything. It just felt like they just reskinned Far Cry 4. Like, it didn't feel, even if it was only a little bit different,
Don't
that would
trust
have
Far
been
Cry
just a
after
step
Primal.
forward.
It's
But
nothing
it's
like
just-
Primal, to be fair. Primal was made by a different dev studio.
Primal had-
It wasn't
Primal had
a
owls
main
in it.
Far Cry game, just in defense of Ubisoft.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like when we saw all the I guess it's a demo. There could have been, there might be different stuff in the real game, but when we saw like the release.
You had a
trailer.
dog, Andy.
I did have a dog.
A
To
dog.
be fair, the dog
Oh,
was
shit.
pretty fucking cool.
The dog was the saving grace of that game.
People flew planes, and Cam had fire.
I didn't
Cam
fly
did the
planes,
most,
I did.
I think, of all of us. I thought you
I'll
had
say
fire.
this:
I
the
drove
aeroplane controls were awful.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
it'll
I
be the
didn't
same-
mind them.
It's
I
because
just crashed into the
it'll be
ground.
the same driving controls as Far Cry. Far Cry has trash driving controls.
Fire
They were a
Cry
lot
controls
better
are
in this.
fine.
They're
Yeah,
not.
these-
They're awful.
They are.
These
They're
are
fine.
driving
You know.
controls.
Wait, but it was literally right trigger go, left trigger brake.
Yeah.
No, it's the camera controls.
Far Cry's controls for driving vehicles are really simple, but they're fine.
Yeah.
It was Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare, not Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare. Ghost Recon Wildlands
Wildlands?
had bad controls for vehicles.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
I didn't think
Ghost
they were
Recon.
bad.
I don't think they were. I mean, I didn't fly a plane in this one, but I didn't think they were bad in previous ones.
I ran over a cow in a 18-wheel lorry. Best game.
You can fish in this game.
Yeah.
See, Nia says they're fine. And Nia is God, so that's
yeah,
definitely
Neil
fine.
is the armor of all things, therefore I am wrong. That's how that works.
I just love your selling point. They got fish.
No, they got
That's
fish.
my dog.
No, okay, no, but I'm being serious. Like, I agree. Like, the demo didn't feel like drastically different from Far Cry, but it is Far Cry. That's the thing. Like, the thing is, it's Far Cry 5. You know what I mean?
I didn't
You're
want it to
buying
feel
what
a
they're
totally
selling.
different game. I just wanted it to have some sort of difference from the other ones.
And the
So-
other thing is, I think the main differentiator that they've been promising, at least what I've gotten, is that the story of this game is going to be more developed than 4, and we're going to be making like a return to form story-wise that 3 had.
But it's bad because the villain's a white guy. You can't have villains as a white guy.
But like we couldn't see that in a demo, so I can't really judge that because like you know
Yeah, that's true.
the demo's
So-
not gonna be a representative of like an entire story of the game, is it?
So, what we're saying is that the demo could have represented it a little bit better in some way.
Possibly.
I'm
Instead of it
saying-
just being another Far
I
Cry
would say
game.
so.
I don't know.
I guess
I
they did have
just,
a
I
dog
just
in
think
it.
there are some games that 30-minute to 15 to 30-minute demos just are never gonna work for, and massive open world games are those games. You know, if it was something brand new, sure, a 15 to 30-minute demo might entice you, but it can never be different enough from Far Cry and still be called Far Cry for that. Or it's just gonna offend a fan base that is there and does want another Far Cry game, you know?
So, what we could be saying is that this demo was more for people that have never played a Far Cry game before.
Or really just
And,
want...
Or just a fan of the original Far Cry schematic.
Yes. For
Yeah,
people...
I mean, if you were a fan of the Far Cry, you would have loved that game because it was all the stuff that you like was still there.
Yeah. The only thing that
Okay.
would make me buy this game is if
More
when
dogs.
it came and it reviewed, people were like,
Yeah,
the
more
story
dogs.
is enticing.
Yeah.
If they were like, the story's enticing, I'd totally buy it. Because, like, the gameplay, Far Cry's gameplay is fun enough, you know? Like, it's not, like, groundbreaking, it's not, like, fun enough to not have a good story, but if there's a decent story behind it, it's definitely fun enough to hold that story up, you know what I mean?
I've got
Yeah.
some decent. I've got some
It's
decent
got the bones to build a good story on.
Yeah. If
I've
it
got some
doesn't
decent-
have a great story, it's definitely not the GAM for me.
Hmm.
I've got some decent Far Cry 3 memories where it's just like they stick out, you know, but like nothing from Far Cry 4 sticks out to me.
No, yeah, I'm completely with you there.
I never finished it.
The frame rate in Far Cry 5 was a bit
Oh, it was
choppy.
Yeah.
It was abysmal.
And I encountered a couple of glitches, like jumping into a vehicle and then I'd start driving and then I wouldn't be in the vehicle anymore. And then I'd turn around, the vehicle would be exactly where it was originally. And I'd just kind of stand there like, oh, well, fuck me, right?
Oh. I did not get that.
Can you name the dog?
Boomer.
Steve.
Maybe.
Dave.
The way it works for us is they gave us, like, at the beginning of the level, they gave you 3
Good
companion
boy.
characters that you could choose. And you pick one, and they spawn in, and you're in the same mission. It just was a different companion character. In the real game, I assume it will be much different to that, because each companion character is meant to have their own story. They even have their own story trailers. And
Oh, so you get to do missions for a dog?
Did you not play the demo with us, Luke?
Bring me.
No,
back.
I didn't go in. I wasn't really interested.
Oh, you and Jamie didn't come, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie followed me to the toilet, and I was like, no.
That's what,
Ubisoft had the biggest presence this year, I dare say.
yeah, they had Assassin's Creed as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they had Assassin's Creed, they had Fractured Butthole.
Star Wars.
I get that now.
No, never mind, not Star Wars. Star Wars was just next to them.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
It just felt like that the majority of the huge queues were for Ubisoft games.
Yeah, sure. Apart from Call of Duty, of course.
And then there was Star Wars, Call of Duty, Destiny.
Is that all
Sea of
one game?
Thieves.
Yeah, that's all one
Basically
game.
seems like one game.
Sea of Thieves, yeah.
That's what I saw a lot of the South Park trailer demos while we were waiting for Far Cry, because it was right across from each other.
Yeah.
And it looks basically...
you give a lap dance as a child to a grown man.
Yeah,
So
basically.
I
was
saw
watching
one
that
guy
as I watched
getting
this.
really into the lap dance, and one guy wishing he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have. If I was
I
playing,
think
I
that
would give it a
perfectly
really
sums
comfortable
up that
doing
South Park game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you expect us lap dance?
If you're into very edgy, like childish humour, it's probably gonna be the game for you, because that's what
okay,
South Park
Luke.
is, really.
So you enter a nightclub, and there are grown men sitting down, and you jump on top of them as your character, and then you grind your
As your
their
character.
crotch.
I missed the first part of that, and I thought you were talking about some lap dance in another convention. And I was like, what?
No.
No.
No. This is in game. Yeah. South Park is sufficiently similar to the Stick of Truth that if you enjoyed that game, you'll probably enjoy it, and if you didn't,
You get what it says in the tin, I guess.
Yeah. Ubisoft really needs a new IP, is what I'm hearing.
I mean, that's not new. That's not new news, is it?
What? Okay, so that was the beginning of that day. We went and stood in line for Sea of Thieves. The line was too long. We left that line. And then we...
The people behind us were really happy. Like, oh yeah, go.
We played some... Was it Shooty Fruity? Yeah, we went to Shooty Fruity after that.
Yeah, I think we did Shooty Fruity.
Best game of 2017.
I think this was a lot of
This
people's
coming-
game of show.
Bear in mind, this is coming from the man that tweeted, "Oh, back to play Shooty Fruity. This ticket's paying for itself."
Yeah, I was a bitch, and I was immediately proven wrong, which is...
Wait, so the tweet you sent out was actually while we were waiting to go in line? Or while we were waiting to play? Oh, I thought it was like you sent it ages ago. Oh,
Does that make more sense now?
So Shooty...
I mean, I'm still glad you didn't get up and apologise.
I'm not glad. I was so mad that you didn't get up and apologise.
Sad times. The Shooty Fruity, as you can see from some of the footage on screen right now, it's a VR shooting, first-person shooting game where you work as a shop employee and you're trying to scan these items into the cash, into the payment. What do you call it? Like, what's the official term for this?
The money box.
Packing area.
Into the packing area.
And the box in the goods hole.
While you do that, Fruit tries to attack you and kill you, so you need to grab the guns you unlock and kill as much fruit as possible to get to the end of the day. Yeah, it's as crazy as it sounds.
Do you actually have to scan the items, or do you just throw them in? Because I was just throwing them in.
I just scan them, yeah.
Oh, I was probably losing loads of
stuff. That's probably why you didn't unlock all the coolest guns in the world, Cam.
I mean, I got a few.
I got grenades.
I got grenades and didn't know how to use them to start with.
The game is really simple. It's a really simple, like, just kind of like easy to restart, high score type single player game, which you can like then give to your friends and try.
Lot of replayability.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's got like it's got in essence repetitive gameplay, but the skill factor to it, like the skill ceiling, since it's in VR and it's really just you holding a gun and aiming, is really high. Like you can get really good at this game. And due to that, I think that's where most of the replayability comes from, is just trying to beat yourself, really.
It's how I got addicted.
Yes, it's a cool concept. I hear there are more maps, so that's good, because like the story could be boring.
In the talk they said there were more maps, different missions, better weapons.
Yeah.
So
that's
looking
good.
forward to that.
Yeah, it was cool. I think. Does anyone have anything they want to say about it? I know everyone loved it.
It was the best game at EGX, hands down.
Yeah.
I was number 1 for 30 seconds!
Awesome. Yeah. I couldn't play it very well because I'm colorblind.
I don't think it was colorblind, because so am I. I'm
Um,
colorblind and I could see the outlines. I think it's the fact that you didn't have your glasses
Are you guys
on.
the same type of colorblind?
No.
Well, then, yeah.
Yeah, but the colours that you couldn't see were completely different spectrums of colorblind.
It was purple though, wasn't it?
Purple
I thought it was pink outlines around the guns, and I didn't see that.
It was but it was then the red dot that you were aiming with.
Oh well, that was because I
That
was
was
glasses.
your- yeah,
That was
because you were blind.
That's a totally different thing.
No, that's what
Just
I
regular
recognized.
old blind.
It was essentially Andy couldn't do well because he was blind, and Kamal couldn't do well because he was small.
Well, and
Yeah.
I was probably very bad.
Because, like, at one point you reach for a gun, but you just
At
genuinely
one
couldn't reach
point,
the
it happened
sensor.
constantly.
And I was like, no, no game.
The God, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. So this game, everyone liked this game, but it's a VR game.
Yes.
I want it badly.
Correct.
Oh, so nobody's ever gonna get this game.
Well, you could like someone who never not get it. That's all.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, that's
I have potential.
that's the limit of that's what the limit of having such a small audience like was VR. It's just kind of one of those disappointing things, like just like seeing good games that like just won't get traction because the price of admission is so high, you know.
Yeah, that's true. It's got basically a gated sort of thing.
Yeah. For PlayStation users, this will be an easier buy. Hopefully Microsoft introduces some sort of VR support for the Xbox. I'm hearing rumors. Kamal's latest rumors are that Microsoft may be working with Oculus to get Oculus to be supported on Xbox One X.
Yes.
We'll see, but Oculus is still extremely expensive in comparison to PlayStation VR. Like
I feel like they should work with the HTC Vive, considering HTC is struggling at the minute.
Well,
Yeah.
HTC is because they're struggling. I think they're a bit of a dangerous decision to work with, especially like I think Google just bought a giant chunk of that company, and then like they're kind of all over the place. It's like you want to.
You don't really want to hitch yourself to a sinking ship, do you?
Yeah. HTC recently made an announcement because the only division they have left is the Vive division since Google bought their mobile division. That 100% of profit for any Vive game goes to the developer now. There's no cut being taken by them, and they're hoping this is going to make developers make more HTC Vive games. They're doing it just till the end of this year because eventually they have to start making money, but that's a very last-ditch type statement. Which is unfortunate because I think the Vive is the better of the two headsets personally. But I mean, speaking of the Vive doing badly, Oculus also earlier this month announced, was it Autumn of Oculus or something, where they slashed all of Oculus Rift's prices, and they're more affordable to buy now, but it's also because sale volume is so low. Like VR, if something doesn't change soon, VR is gonna die.
Yeah, it'll become that like sort of gimmick sort of thing.
Which is sad because I don't think it's a gimmick. I've played enough VR games that I've been like, this is a completely valid, good experience, you know?
Yeah, I've played enough varied VR games to see that, right?
Yeah, like I don't sit down with a VR headset and be like, oh, this is like 3D. It does nothing. It completely changes the game.
When I played Super Hot.
Yeah.
That's what we played on the first day.
Yeah, Super Hot, we did that as well.
I was like, oh, I've seen people play Super Hot. Like, this is easy. And like the entire time people were shooting at me, and I was shitting myself. I was like, oh my god!
Yeah,
oh my god, there are
you
bullets
just
coming
lock
at me.
yourself that entire time.
It just changes everything, doesn't it? Like being
Because
there.
it's coming from my face.
Yeah.
Like I can see them coming from my
And like to
face.
dodge a bullet, you have to actually move your actual body. It's like-
Yeah, it's a totally different aspect from the original game.
Yeah.
It's terrified. It's terrible.
But
Those little pistols the dude has in his hands are terrible.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they were garbage, those pistols, yeah. Absolute trash.
But hopefully more games like this will make it easier for people to be like, you know what, I'm gonna bite the bullet. and hopefully that'll happen soon, because what I say, we got like a year on us before it's too late.
Yeah, probably.
So that
So
was
that was day one, right?
that was day one.
Day
Wait,
2.
we're already,
no, day
we're already
2
on
was
day
shoot
2.
through.
Yeah, we're already, because we did Far Cry.
Was
as
day
well.
2
Far
shoot?
Cry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot.
We ended day 1 a while back.
Yeah, look, I'm not. They're all melded into one
What
day
else
for
did
me.
we play after Shooty Fruity? Super Meat
We
Boy
both
Forever.
Jotaro,
yeah, we did that.
Tomorrow.
I was gonna say we played Cuphead, me and you.
Oh yeah, 3 games. Okay, let's start with Cuphead.
No,
We played
Cuphead's
Fire's
the
game.
Cuphead's the game I've been hyped about for ages, just because of the art style and.
Were you disappointed?
No, I thought it was amazing.
I was kind of disappointed.
Why?
Okay, so Cuphead, the music was great, the art was amazing, right?
Yep.
But something Andy will have noticed too, is that every time we played a level, other than the tutorial, it's just a boss fight.
I feel like that's just part of the demo, though, right? Because
No.
it looked like it looked
I
like
went
it had
and read
top-down
about
worlds.
it. I went and read
Right.
about it, and apparently Cuphead's been delayed so much because after they showed it at shows originally, and people found out that it was just boss fights, and people were really disappointed, they decided to take it back and try and add other stuff. So they have added levels like what I'm showing on screen, but they're still the minority. The majority of the game is still just boss fight levels.
Wait, so it's just boss fight after boss fight?
For the majority of the game. And while the boss fights were fun,
I feel like it brought back a lot of the old style platforms where it wasn't immediately obvious how to win and that sort of thing, which was good.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of disappointing that they don't have more big levels.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I guess
nice
it would
to
depend.
see what the final version is like. 'Cause
Yeah.
from what I'm seeing, the version they were showing at Show Floor today is the same version that they were showing at PAX earlier this year, beginning of the year, which is like a pretty long time ago. So I don't
Yeah,
know
so
how
hopefully
much
they've got
platforming they've
a
added
more
since
complete
then.
version in the pipeline.
Yeah, but
If it did come out in the way it was there, if it was a low enough price, I would probably still buy it.
yeah, I'd probably get the soundtrack. I don't know that I pay for
The soundtrack and the graphics are definitely the best parts of the game,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, they should make a cartoon series. I'll watch the hell out of that.
It just looks like old style Disney, like
Yeah,
sort of stuff. It looks awesome.
but it was at first it was like really hectic, but when we got the hang of it, it was really fun. It's a hard
Yeah.
game.
Oh, yeah,
we
for
were
sure.
playing on the super easy mode, and it was still a pretty difficult game. So that's pretty cool. There's definitely a nice skill ceiling there, like that you can climb up to.
Yeah, you'd actually feel like you've accomplished something if you win.
Yeah. I hope it does do well. I hope there's a lot more platforming in it because that's what I'm looking for. But either way, a constant boss fight thing, isn't a bad thing. There are games like Jotun, which are just boss fight after boss fight, and lots of people like that. Lots of people are super into the idea of just like tough battle. You know, I mean that's basically what Dark Souls is, with just some
Yeah.
in between, right? But I think the problem was the reception was the advertisement was a bit mistaken.
Yeah, if they'd advertised it as just that straight away,
Yeah, I
it
probably
wouldn't have been an
wouldn't
issue.
have cared at all.
But that's not what you get when you first look at it.
Yeah. So either hopefully they've added more platforming, or when they come to start advertising the game like for sale, they're clear about it. One of the two. They need either of those things to happen.
For sure.
It is so good looking though. I could not
Yeah,
understand
it looks.
like, how beautiful.
I know
it
that
is.
we've talked about Cuphead a lot on the podcast, and it's like they say it's all been like hand-drawn storyboards, like they did with old style animation movies, and you can tell from the way.
Yeah, it's just
It is.
unreal. That's amazing.
Yeah, what else do we? So what else do we talk? Cam, you wanted to talk about that? Was it Chitorimo?
Just Tomorrow. I mean,
Tomorrow.
I feel like Kamal should talk about it because I literally know nothing other than I can play it good. I don't think I can play it
Cam
good.
is
I think
the
you
best
brought-
player
we showed
of
the-
this game at EGX. He's
Yeah,
the best
Cam,
player of
yeah.
this game in England so far.
Oh yeah.
I broke it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what game it is now. Never mind.
Because we've played the trailer for this on the podcast before, right?
We have,
'Cause
yeah.
I definitely remember
Because
seeing
I
it.
stumbled onto a tweet of a GIF from this game, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna show it on the podcast. So
Yeah.
I played a trailer. It's a cute game. It's not hard, Fire. It's not hard at all.
No, it's not hard.
It's actually a really simple game. It's mainly about exploration and it's got a few kind of boss fights, but they're more rhythm challenges than like
Yeah.
boss fights. They're cool. Overall, we didn't see the demo. Didn't really show us that much, to be honest. The game is another one of those games that's already available for purchase. It's already on the store.
I think it actually got released during EGX, didn't it?
I think so. Yes.
I think it released on the first day.
And it's cute. It's just a pretty adorable.
It's fun.
A nice chill
I
game.
like it.
Yeah, it's a cool game.
You're a giant robot. You fly from planet to planet, and you walk around and you explore.
You accidentally kill humans and feel really bad.
You want to explore the universe, and you want to keep the people on the planet safe from the giant monsters. But sometimes you step on a city, and it's like, oh no! You kill people.
I'm such a big clumsy derp.
Yeah, because you're a derpy derp derp.
I mean,
I
I
didn't manage
like
to step on anyone.
I don't think it is co-op. Wait, Cuphead? Cuphead is co-op. Yes.
Cuphead's co-op. Cuphead's definitely co-op.
Yeah, we played it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
We got a solid passing grade in that game.
It's difficult, but it has an easy mode, and the easy mode isn't super easy, but when you get used to the mechanics, I imagine it'll be fairly reasonable. But yeah,
Jitomura, best player UK, right here. You know, celebrity.
yeah, they had a contest that was basically like whoever could get to the first boss and kill him quick enough wins a copy of the game and a copy of any other game under £30. And Cam had the record for that when we were leaving EGX, so he's won those things.
Yeah.
It's pretty
1 minute 47 seconds.
No, it was 20. Was it 20 something?
No, it was 1 minute 47.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I was 220 something. I was like 8th, I think, maybe. After I broke the game 3 times.
Nice. Yeah.
All I know is there's
Also,
that game
we
next
broke
to
a
it.
lot of the indie games. We broke this one.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We broke.
We broke the one next to it.
We broke.
I broke Gitormo. I broke that stupid that little game in a box. What else?
Oh, come on, we broke
Come on,
that.
Little game in a box.
Well, you
Yeah, there was like a game in a box.
where you basically play God.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
you
Legacy
broke that
Rainfall.
big
We
time.
broke that as well, and then the dude wouldn't let me take a picture of it.
Yeah, that game was crap.
Did he actually tell you not to take a picture?
He saw me taking a picture, and he ran up and quickly he turned off the TV so I couldn't get a picture. And I was like, dude.
I saw that game broken a few times.
Yeah, because when we went to go see it a while before then, and it was turned off and it was getting sorted out, right?
Yeah, well, I looked at it when we went to go play Monster Hunter World, and it had that same error that Kamal had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people be like, oh, I want to explore, and then like it overloads memory or something, and it just dies.
Probably.
That's my best guess. But yeah, that game was really bad, to be honest. So.
Yeah.
Then we played Fire's game.
Then we played Fire's game. Okay, let's
Yeah.
do this. Fire wanted us. Fire tweeted at Luke. He had one request. He was like, "Let's play the occupation." So I was like to Luke, "We're gonna do this." So we went.
By we, you mean Luke, you're gonna do it.
No, I mean I wanted to play it. Just the queue was huge, and the game demo was stupid long.
Yeah.
And by stupid long, nobody knew what they were doing, and there was no goal
Nope.
to the stupid demo. Hold back. We watched Luke play for about 20 minutes, I want to say, and then we had a talk that we wanted to go to, so we left.
The girl next to Luke ended up in a zone, like an area that she
Oh
shouldn't
yeah, the
have been
dude
in.
said, "Oh, I don't even know how you got there."
Steve,
They
the
just,
security
like-
had abandoned me. The
You're not
prick.
even playing the game anymore, you're just in an area where you shouldn't be.
Yeah. So the occupation is it's a game by a
Trash.
fairly new company. I think they've had one game before it, but the way they describe it, and I have to go off the way they describe it because honestly, none of this was given to me as a viewer of this game. But apparently, it's a first-person immersive situation in which you play as a whistle-blowing journalist. It's a politically driven narrative game, and it's made by a small studio based in Manchester. I'm sure that's what they think it is. But like, so maybe demoing this game in a games conference is the worst place to show off a game that is as slow as this game is.
Mm.
Yeah, it was very, very slow paced.
Because it's very slow. The other thing is, before I hand you over to Luke, who actually did the playing, and he can tell you how he felt. While we were watching, we saw a girl to the left get completely lost. To be fair, though, she was clueless.
Yeah, she was dumb as a sack of rocks.
And a girl to the right break the game, and then a guy
And
to
the
the
dude
right
next to Luke.
break the game. So
Luke overtook him.
it seems like there's a lot of like polishing and bug fixing that needs to be done. I don't know when this game is due to release, but it better not be soon. Because there's a lot to do fixes wise. Luke, tell us what you heard. Tell us where the man touched you.
Tell us what the bad man did.
Round about 5 or 7 years ago, I broke my sternum. This was somehow still a worst experience. First off, they put me in this cutscene that was like, there was no context as to what was going on. I was like, okay, so you know what? I'll probably get context later on in regards to what's happening. Didn't. There was a bit where I was fiddling about. They did this thing where like you can pick up stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't explain that you can put the stuff in your suitcase.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever you pick up something new, it switches from being in your hand to being on the floor.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of stuff, like, along the way that I was supposed to keep. All the voice actors, like, they didn't really sound... To be fair, I don't know much about their characters, because I didn't get to know much about their characters, but they all seem pretty bored with the situation, is all I could say.
Well, Luke, real life is boring, and we were trying to
life is
represent
boring.
real
Sure.
life.
What else was there? I was meant to follow this guy called Steve, and
According to Fire, lots of the stuff we're saying is representative of the last game.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
I was meant to follow a guy called Steve,
Yeah.
and I followed him, and then I went a bit ahead of him because he was so slow.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to check out this thing in front of me. Look behind me, Steve's gone. And I was like, okay. So I got to the end of the corridor that we were walking down, and there was an elevator, and I was like, okay, I gotta go. This is when you guys were still with me.
Steve.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
you shouting about Steve.
Yeah.
So I was in the elevator, and the elevator buttons weren't working.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. So I went out of the elevator, found the fuse box, and I was like, oh, maybe I got to turn some stuff on, I guess, to get this elevator going. Turned all the stuff on, nothing happened. Like lights didn't even turn on and off when I switched the fuse box on and off. Went into the elevator again, still nothing. Lost my key card somehow. Don't know how that happened, but.
You're
losing the key card. I don't know how.
Luke,
And then,
do you have feet?
I don't have feet. No, but they kept saying I could run, and I was pressing the run button. And I wasn't running.
Because you don't have feet. You're a floaty man.
Yeah.
There was like all these like different things where I could like maneuver things to go like in the elevator. There was an open panel in the roof, so I was like, oh, I got to climb up to the roof of the elevator and go up there. I guess no, there was no option for that. You could open the panel and then that was it. And I was like, okay. So I went to a dumpster and there was a vent above the dumpster. So I was like, oh, I got to climb up the dumpster and go up the vent. No, that's not it either. Went down the corridor. There was an old guy just staring at me. Didn't have any dialogue. Just staring at me while he was mopping up. And I was like, "What are you doing, old guy?"
Just looking at him.
Even if I give this game like mad benefit of the doubt, this was a badly designed demo. And at best, or at least they should have had a dude sitting next to every player if they were going to have the demo be as vague as it was. Yeah.
It sounds like from the experience you had last time, Fire, that you shouldn't be this time.
No, Fire loves all indies. He wants them to do well. Even if
Fire's just
these are trash, Fire. Pure trash.
No!
Fire, you've got to stop giving people benefit of the doubt, Fire.
I
very kind in your emails. How could you?
like I went I was looking like at one point it was just me and Jamie, and Jamie went off somewhere. So I went to look for one of the guys that could help.
Yeah.
And like I took my headset off and I looked around and they were all talking to girls.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
I was
To
like,
be
I was putting my
fair,
hand up,
they
like
were
hand,
all-
like
I can confirm.
My
this.
man.
can I get some help over
Confirm
here?
this. Like there was another
but
dude
Luke-
playing with Luke, also got no attention. But whenever a female came along, suddenly everyone was free.
This kind of sexism.
Like they're just some thirsty developers as well.
I was just like, I'm an attractive man. Why can no one come and help me, guys? No. Okay.
But yeah, that was our experience with the occupation.
Bad game.
Bad. You made me feel bad inside.
Very bad.
For you, I
Luke-
felt pain.
Luca is owed about 45 minutes of his life by fire.
What else did we do?
How are you going to pay him back?
I
We
went
man.
played Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, we played Fire Emblem Warriors, that's right.
Fire
It was really
Emblem.
good.
So,
good.
Fire
I
Emblem
was
Warriors
ambushed
is
by
a
Merlin
Dynasty
JJ
Warriors
though, in
game.
Basically.
If you have if you have heard of or / played any Dynasty Warrior games, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. And if you haven't, Dynasty Warrior games are hack and slash map control games, where your objective is to kill things, but also to control a map and make sure like the enemies can't infiltrate key areas, etc., etc.
Basically, yeah.
Dynasty. Fire
Fire Emblem Warriors, Dynasty Warriors.
I enjoyed it. It was exactly what I thought it would be. I was playing it mainly on Switch to hope to check that it would run well, and it did. It ran fine. I didn't notice any major like frame rate hiccups or anything, which is pretty impressive considering the amount of NPCs that were on screen at one time. It looks pretty nice as well.
Quite a lot.
Simple art style, but nice art style. It actually looks better than this trailer, the final version. So that's it was a good time. Another solid Switch game at the show. Switch had a decent showing this.
The most annoying part about that game was the man who was trying to advise me what to do, who didn't clearly had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, he was trying to advise us. He was super keen, which is like fair enough, you know.
No, he was hype, which is good, but he also had no game knowledge, and he kept advising me to do things while I was actually doing them. No, yeah, okay, dude, yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Nintendo guy?
Yeah, no.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't that.
Nintendo
No,
guy
it wasn't
didn't
Nintendo
work
guy.
for Nintendo. He just loved Nintendo.
He loved everything.
Well,
He
this
loved
is
it.
JJ, but he's only called JJ for referring to Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's man EGX, to be honest.
But yeah, he recommended me switch to a character that was worse in like the defense triangle to go attack, or the weapon triangle to go attack another character. So that was a bad recommendation. But I think I get what he was trying to do. He was just trying to make me notice that I can like switch characters and move them into the same location as another character.
Yeah, I think it was more. It was more like you say. It's more of him pointing out things you can do rather than what was the most tactically viable for the game.
Yeah. Overall,
No, he was.
it's a fun time. I'm probably gonna pick it up.
Yeah. It was a good game. It was another thing that would push me towards buying a Switch.
Just wait for that price to come down a bit, and then
Yeah.
perfection.
And I'm like, ooh,
You
baby.
can play Zelda Breath of the Wild and be like, oh my god, come out. I was playing this game and I came like 10 times while playing it.
Oh, I want to play that game!
Wait,
I'll just message Kamal to be like, oh!
Yes! Oh my god.
Sega Slam.
If Switch legit has achievements coming, then I'm getting one. However, that's also the streaming thing to worry about. Switch, as much as I want you to own one, Fire, is not gonna have achievements. It's super not a Nintendo thing. You know.
I don't need it.
It's just not how they operate.
It's not what they do.
Which is unfortunate because, you know, achievements are fun. Achievements add an extra layer to a game if you want it, you know, and if you want to ignore them, you can ignore them. That's the good thing about achievements. But yeah, I don't see them coming.
Oh, I know what else we played. We played Splatoon as well.
Splatoon! This was
That was
the
on
last
Sunday,
day,
though.
but...
Was it? Oh, I don't know what these things were
Come
anymore.
on, Andy, come on.
Splatoon with the trash aiming.
Yeah.
Yeah, Splatoon was motion aiming locked on. Wasn't great.
Disgracefully bad. I'll just go with Nintendo stuff.
Oh my, but they did they say that they were bringing achievements? Oh, I didn't hear about this. If they said they're bringing achievements, I'll assume that it will be coming at some point.
Nintendo
Check
never
your facts.
typically lie.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, Fire's right. Yeah. Nintendo apparently, well, it's a rumor, but it looks like it's a decent rumor that they're working on an achievement-like system. Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully that's solid. Apologies. What else? Are we day 2? Is that all day 2?
Yes.
Was Switchblade day 2? I don't even have anything to say about that because I didn't play it. Jamie did.
Day
Yeah,
2 was also after party, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
It was complete trash. No, it wasn't complete trash. But
It
the
started
DJ
off- it
was
started off
complete
with complete
trash.
Fancy Pants says poo.
I did enjoy myself,
Welcome,
apart
Fancy
from there was no actual music played.
Yeah.
I think
was-
there were like a couple of songs in DJ Yoda's set.
I think the worst part about it was that it could have been better. Like, and,
Yeah.
and like
The
you could
potential
see
was
the
there.
potential in it, and that's disappointing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It seems odd that they went for, like, I guess specific DJs for that kind of music.
Yeah.
When with it being the
Techno, I
first
guess,
one,
techno
you'd
DJ,
think they'd go for the more general kind of DJing,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then wait for the feedback. And if people said more of that, whatever that stuff was,
Yeah.
then go for
More
that
of whatever
second
that
year.
was.
But I feel like for the first year, they should have gone for a more
Yeah,
general.
they should have gone for a wider spread.
Like, keep DJ Order. DJ Order was good.
Yeah, he was
but
good.
the
DJ Yoda was amazing.
Yeah, DJ
Best
Yoda was
part.
good and relevant, which is like, that's perfect, great. But
Yeah.
like,
Well,
everyone
yeah.
else was just kind of
Oh.
like,
You guys
I
will
could-
be happy to know in the EGX survey they sent me in the emails, at the end of the after party question, I said, "Don't bring back the first DJ. Shit was bad, fam."
Don't bring back any of them but DJ Yoda.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
Super
the only one I
Mario
clicked
thing.
on when they said which TV did you enjoy. I clicked DJ Yoda and that was it.
Also,
Yeah.
I think if we ever go to an after party next year, we'll just come in at like 10 and stay
Yeah.
later. Come in later, stay later.
Yeah, don't let me make apparent decisions.
It got to the point in the after party that I actually went over all the voters and told them that the DJ was terrible.
Yeah. They were
Oh,
like,
that was
snap.
brilliant. You were like, hold on. I just love the way you were like, when's this guy going? He's shit. And he was like, 20 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, I went over the guy and said, "This guy are you gonna have any actual music on played?" He said, "Yeah, we'll get a new DJ in like 10 minutes." Like, good.
Yeah.
Then he
We
came back
danced.
over. Then he came back over and said, "The new guys come on now." I'm like, yeah.
Everybody danced, except for
Everybody
me.
danced.
But
I
everybody
did feel
danced.
kind of bad though when the first DJ was leaving and everybody was cheering, and I was like, oh no.
I didn't feel bad. That was great.
Luke and Lewis and like 4 other weirdos were like the life of that party for like the first
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
50 to 60%.
Me
did
and
a
Luke
good
started a revolution.
Yeah.
What was it? They did the rowing thing, and then we all joined on that. And then Luke decided who to start a conga line, and that was great.
Conga Line was great.
That conga line was
Oh,
Oh, I
baller.
loved it.
Me and Luke got the entire circle fucking going nuts by doing the lasso. Like, everybody loved
Oh,
it.
that was well good. Yeah,
Basically, you,
I did a dance battle with
the
some
trick
Pokemon t-shirt.
is to look really happy and dance, and other people get tricked into being like, "Oh, that's what's going down."
The dancing is making him happy, and then you've tricked them.
Maybe I should do that.
You've won.
If I dance enough,
So,
I won't feel anymore.
There's literally one point, it's like we kept swapping in between all of us, like going to the front and being like the only people dancing on that dance floor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All them-
You took a video of that, right, Kamal?
Yeah. I have videos of like the beginning of that
Matt has
party
a
when it
video
was
of me
super
being
awkward.
kidnapped.
Yeah. I have a lot of weird videos on my phone right now.
So me
Is there
being
any of
kidnapped.
me being weird? Can't remember most of that night.
No, you were like very happy towards the end of the night.
Okay, I can't. Apart from when I said 5 minutes, and
Which
we
is
got-
weird, because that was while you were happy, and then you were like, 5 minutes, we're out!
Guys, look, I don't know why you went along with my decision.
I mean, I didn't need
That
to
was
stay
fucking-
there,
that was
right?
wasted.
And everyone else was just like...
I was wasted at that point. I was just going along with it.
I was just under the
leaving
assumption. I was just under the assumption everyone had just decided, and I was like, okay, fair enough.
So was I until I apparently decided for everyone.
I'll try and get the videos up somewhere for you.
I was incredibly drunk.
Yeah, so
I
I had a dance battle with some dude in a Pokemon t-shirt and won, apparently.
I got kidnapped.
Yeah, Lewis got kidnapped. It's super creepy.
what?
Wait, when did this happen?
Lewis went to go do a meme in front of us, and then some guy grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and just like dragged him to the dance floor.
The worst part about what that was, as soon as he grabbed me, I was totally down with it. I was like, alright, let's go.
Yeah, you were very happy to.
Kidnapping. They're like, get in the van. I'm like, alright, cool, let's go.
Okay.
I danced so hard my legs were just like in pain the next day. I was just like, oh god, what happened to my legs?
It was for the party, Fire. We sacrificed Lewis to the party.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that was how it started. The people actually started dancing.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. And then
DJ Yoda.
And then we went home.
Yeah.
All of DJ Yoda's stuff was great.
And then we
Went home and passed out.
were like, hey, let's order pizza, and then didn't.
Yeah, we left on a piece of Campbell who just literally fell down.
Okay, you guys could have got pizza. Don't blame me.
Hey, I didn't want pizza. I wanted to sleep. I joined you.
I
guys could have
remember,
easily got food.
going to the toilet, coming back out, I think Lewis and Jamie were in their room, and Andy was sleeping on Cam's bed,
Yeah.
like by Cam's feet, and Cam was sleeping, and Kamal was sleeping. And then Andy just woke up and he was like, "Oh, we're not getting food." And I was like, "No, we're probably not getting food."
I don't think I was even awake at that point. I think I was just in that state of like limbo.
and you just went, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go in my room."
Basically, what happened. I think.
So I just sat on the floor and I watched YouTube videos, and I was like, "Okay, time to go to bed."
Sounds right. Cool. Kill. And then came Saturday, which was, we didn't go to the convention at all on Saturday. We went out to have regular old fun times.
We decided to hold up mini golf.
We played
I was
mini
hungover
golf,
as shit.
and we played bowlings.
Yeah, got a turkey.
And Cam got a turkey, which was sick.
Gobble gobble.
And then Cam threw a bowling ball faster than the slowest train in England.
Almost 22 mile an hour.
So that was fun day. And it was just some chill times.
I got held up in a toilet. There's no toilet paper, so I texted everyone being like, "Help!"
Yeah, we all just got Facebook messages saying, "Please, I need help." Like, what?
I just assumed that Luke had somehow got like his arm stuck in the toilet. That's instantly what happened in my head. I was like, how would someone do that? But Luke definitely has done it. But no, it was saner than that.
There's one. I should have checked. There's one piece of like
Hey,
toilet
George.
roll hanging out at the bottom.
Yeah.
Luke, look at Facebook. Why are you doing this here? Why are you doing this here, George?
Wait, can't Josh just walk into your room?
No, I lock the door when I do the podcast. So like,
You have locks on your bedroom door?
You have a lock on your door?
Well,
yeah.
I guess if it's designed to be like an apartment.
I mean, it sounds like you need it, to be fair.
Yeah. And then was
Lee's planning,
the
but-
Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sunday must be everything on this list that we haven't yet talked about.
Yes.
And if it isn't,
More
oh
Shooty
well,
Fruity.
it's Sunday now. Yeah, there was more Shooty Fruity because everyone loved that game that much. There was Super Meat Boy
That
Forever, which is the
It's a
sequel.
Super Meat Boy game. Still really hard.
Yeah, super hard. None of us even finished the first level, to be honest. It was
Oh,
one of
wait.
those things where, like, I didn't feel like... I didn't want to be the guy who was on before me, who was just on it forever trying to finish the first level, until he finished it and left. I was just like, I've gotten the gist of the game. That's all I needed, you know? Just to see if it felt like the same.
Yeah.
Or better or worse. And I think, in my opinion, mechanically, it felt like a Super Meat Boy game. Like it felt as good. It felt like everything was fluid. There was a bunch of new mechanics that you'd have to learn, but other than that, I mean, that's good. Like in a sequel, it should just be the same game again, right? But visually, I still prefer the old Super Meat Boy. I felt like this when I saw the trailer, and I still feel like this after playing it. It's really clean, the visuals, but like something about like how clean they are in this one makes it more childish and cartoony.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as visceral, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that about the old one. I like the rawness of it.
No, I see what you mean. Was the original Super Meat Boy an endless runner? Did you have to like press run on that one as well?
No, right? I didn't think so.
No, you have to press run on first Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, I thought that was a weird transition.
Yeah. Oh, I completely thought I was just crazy. I'm glad that I wasn't.
Yeah. I didn't want to. I was thinking about saying it, but yeah, this one you run automatically because there was a few times when we got stuck in a bit and we could get turned around. But if you turn around, you can't turn around and go back without jumping off something. And I feel like if we had been able to do that, you could have like salvaged a few things.
Yeah, definitely. It is an interesting design choice to make it an endless runner. It's going to make it a lot harder. To say
as if it needed to be.
Yeah, I didn't get to the end of a level, so I didn't get to see if it does the usual, oh, look at all of your meat boys trying to attempt this level thing, but if it doesn't, I'm not buying that game. Because that was my favourite part. Because like
you got further than me, right?
No, you got further than me.
Did I?
Yeah. And because in Super Meat Boy, for me, one of the things that like got me over the frustration of losing was that like, oh, that's gonna be a story in the end. Like I'm gonna see that.
Yeah, you can see all your progression and all that.
Yeah, but like if you can't see that in this one, I would be very disappointed.
What's the point?
Take it out. I don't imagine they take it out. Why take it out?
Yeah, why would you? They've got nothing to gain and everything to lose from them doing that, right? Yeah, what else are we doing on Sunday? Me and Cam played FIFA on the Switch.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just found a video of
no different
Forever from 2014, by the way.
Well, that looks very different.
Super different. I even know they were making this game in 2014. Like, you could still stop in this one. The art is even worse than the current one.
Yeah, that art is awful. Ugh.
It doesn't look like it feels like a Super Meat Boy game at all.
I mean, you're a meat boy.
Wow, what a weird... This is on IGN, huh?
But yeah, Switch FIFA held up surprisingly well.
Yeah, just feels like a FIFA game, just on a small screen with tiny buttons.
Yeah, but if you don't look at the controller and just play with the buttons that you know it is.
Yeah, definitely don't look at the controller.
That was the thing that was a problem. Whenever we were getting told to press buttons whenever we were playing the Switch, I was pressing the wrong one because you know it's got the same letters as an Xbox one, but in different places.
Which one's this?
Just Switch games in general.
Wow.
I noticed that on Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, because I was pressing
whatever
like,
press A, and I kept pressing B or.
Yeah,
that is something.
But no, I feel like
I did that a lot.
We also watched some of the people play on the big screen, and those commentators were pretty spectacular.
Yeah, they got really into it, and the audience as well sometimes got like super into it, which is funny.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Nintendo had a pretty good presence in the C3.
Yeah,
I think about
they had a whole bunch of stuff. They had Mario Odyssey and then Mario Kart as well.
Which is saying something, because it's been like 3 years since Nintendo's had a good presence at a gaming convention. Like, it's been a long time, so it's nice to see them back.
Mario Odyssey was packed every day.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. I didn't even know was that.
We played Cars 2 at on Sunday as well, right? That was Sunday, wasn't it?
Project Cars 2?
Yeah. That was good. I liked that game. It was very, very pretty.
Yeah, it was super hot.
Couldn't play it like it was Forza though, as I found out on my first corner.
Yeah.
Because on Forza I play super aggressive and I just plow into stuff. Try to do that on Project Cars and just crash straight off.
Yeah.
I played Doom on the PC for about a minute and a half.
What was this OG Doom?
No, just...
Oh no, that's right, because it was in the PC Specialist place, right?
Yeah. As it turns out, PC games really good.
Yeah, you heard it here first, people.
Who knew this new
PC
thing
games.
called PC gaming? You should jump on it. I'm telling you.
We should look at that.
Heard it'll be pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, we lined up for Monster Hunter World and we're never gonna play it. We didn't see Assassin's Creed Origins. We didn't play Knack
Oh, we
2.
watched
Lol.
we watched some weird ass cosplay on Sunday.
Oh yeah, we watched the finals of the cosplay competition, which I have no footage of because the winning cosplays this year did not entice me enough to take a picture of them like last year.
We did.
The May one was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the May. That Final Fantasy dude with the big armor on. He was well good.
Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy dude was picture worthy. That's fair.
And then I know we ruined some other guy's video of the cosplay contest.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I was like, oh,
I'm
look, a
not proud
door.
about this.
me and Photo were just like taking the piss, and there was a dude in front of us videoing the whole thing. And he just eventually just gave up and left because we were just taking the piss out of everything.
Luke,
What?
you will not kill the kitten.
Why are you killing cats?
You will not kill the kitten.
The cat will
Luke.
kill me!
No, it
Also,
won't.
you
You will have
have a
sniffles.
dog.
You will have sniffles. It's fine. Get a kitten.
No.
Do it, Luke.
No.
Do it. George,
No.
do it. Do it. I promise you, Luke won't
Yeah,
kill the kitten.
buy a cat, George. He won't kill it. He's all bluff. He's bluffing.
If Luke kills the kitten, I won't be friends with him anymore.
Yeah, sure.
Nah, I'm gonna hold our friendship hostage. Alright.
Why?
'Cause-
Stupid fucking cat!
Also, you have a dog.
I mean, Luke doesn't have a dog.
No, there's a dog in the house.
Against his will. It's a different thing.
Get a kitten. The dog and the kitten
No.
will become friends. Dog, kitten, friends.
I mean,
I'll teach
yeah,
one to eat
sure.
the other.
I don't know what I'm doing in this game.
Alright, next.
What else did we do on Sunday?
Went home.
I mean, that was pretty much it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that was it.
We went to a talk about voice acting. The dude was really
Oh yeah,
cool.
that's true. We did.
I liked
The
him.
girl, what? The girl wasn't.
I didn't like the girl as much.
She had that privilege.
She rubbed me the wrong way. Oh well.
Ooh.
I feel like there was some other sessions that we went to on the Friday.
We saw the live orchestra thing on the Sunday.
Oh, that makes me sad. I don't know to think about that. The orchestra was terrible, but the orchestra was great. But the setup for it,
Disastrous.
the environment was
Yeah.
terrible, and it's really disappointing because it's a great idea that was executed terribly.
Yeah, I was really annoyed. I just can't believe that someone that out of all the staff that they had for I had the someone there, all the staff out of the people that set up EGX, not one of them thought, "What if something loud's going on while we're doing it?"
Yeah,
Because the cosplay competition started about the same time, I think.
yeah,
And as soon as they dropped the bass line for anything that was going on at the cosplay competition, it just drowned out the whole of
orchestra.
the lighter music. It was a bit tragic, to be honest.
Yeah.
Why didn't we cosplay? Effort.
Sorry, Fire, about the AC. The line was super long, and none of us,
I'm not sorry. I would have never gotten to play Assassin's Creed.
like from the footage, none of us really felt like it was something we needed to try or re-experience or anything. It just kind of felt more like regular Assassin's Creed again.
That solid Ubisoft game.
Yeah, because I feel like for a line as long as the AC line, you need to have at least a bit of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't cosplay.
What on earth could we cosplay as? Fire. What would I cosplay as?
He
Pick
said
our
he says he
cosplays.
wants me to cosplay as Marcus from Watch Dogs 2. I'll do
Which one
that.
is that? Is that the main dude?
I'll
But
do
wait,
that.
Fire won't put
I
effort
thought-
into this thought. He'll just name characters, but like
I
thinking
thought
about us.
that doesn't
Why?
matter. I thought if
Why
you were
would-
going to cosplay Kamal, you were going to be Super Hot Fire.
I mean, honestly, you could dress Marcus as Super Hot Fire, so I'll cosplay as both and say they're both.
No, there were
Those
six of us.
good.
What can I cosplay? A northerner?
I mean, if you got me a Power Rangers costume, I would absolutely wear it to EGX.
It's Power Rangers. Yeah.
Go, go.
I was telling Andy that
Rangers.
next year we could just do the easy cosplay, which is we all go as payday characters,
Yeah, I've got a suit to get a payday mask.
and we're constantly walking in a group, so it'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I want to do Pyramid Head after seeing that chick Pyramid Head.
Oh, that's effort.
That
was awesome.
Well, cool.
I just loved the fact that there were some dudes in front of us, like one of them nearly walked into her, and he turned to his friend and he was just like, "What the fuck was that?" And he was like, "I don't know, but it was weird as hell. Just keep going."
Wow. So that.
Guess we're going with Power Rangers.
What else? Voiceover, Shooty Fruity. Talked about that. Talked about awards. Talked about awards.
We bought stuff. I bought Toothless.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we bought lots of art.
I went to the AI programming thing, but there's not really much to say about that.
I didn't go. You went to the AI program. You went by yourself for that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Just to talk about.
There was a whole section of the convention that we didn't really go into.
Which
The
one?
Twitch bit.
Like the Twitch bit, and then the fighting stage bit, and then there was
the
that
esports
Dissidia. Was it Dissidia?
Oh,
That's a game, right?
yeah, it's. I can't believe Dissidia had that much error. Dissidia is a remake of the old Dissidia game, and it's pretty much identical. I'm disappointed in that remake a lot. I like the old Dissidia. This Dissidia remake is really lazy.
Oh, I know you all don't care about my games. That's okay. Don't ever
We
change.
watched Kingsman.
Yeah, we watched Kingsman too.
I liked Watch Dogs 2. You know what? I'm not gonna try it.
Kingsman 2.
Kingsman 2 is fantastic.
Kingsman 2 is great.
Sure.
Spoilers. No, I'm not gonna say it. But that's the spoiler scene was my favorite scene.
Wait.
The most spoilery scene in the movie. Come
Had a
on.
lot of good.
The bit where the big thing happened.
Probably.
What?
Yes.
I think I know which bit you're talking about, but I can't ask because then it would be a spoiler.
I feel like that should be the
Wait,
first thing.
did it involve a song?
Yeah.
Cam will be Isaac from Binding of.
Also, you just want Cam to be naked and cry?
Yeah.
What, man?
I agree.
Why am I been naked and crying?
Because you're Isaac from Binding of
He's your
Isaac.
answer for Binding of Isaac. Well, Mike, fire, tell me.
My eyes are dramatic.
I agree with all of this.
Kingsman 2 knew when to pull out the emotion. And I appreciate
So
that.
what is the? Oh yeah, that was real sad.
But like, there was a few sad moments. I was like, damn, this
But there were.
action movie? Good, you know?
Yeah.
Give me some sad.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Wait, which was the other sad bits?
Where he was getting told how to eat like a big boy.
Let's not get too spoilery.
That's not really spoiler, is
We
it?
could talk. No, yeah, I know, but I feel like if Luke wants to describe
The
the sad bits
redhead
properly-
dude from Resident Evil. I'm gonna Google.
Does anyone have anything else about EGX they want to say?
Oh, well, this is more for George.
I mean,
George, during the DJ Yoda set, he did a Resident Evil bit. And the line, "You could have been a Jill sandwich," was like put in it. And I know you would appreciate
Ew,
that.
that guy's gross fire. I don't want to cosplay that. No. Pick a different one.
Yeah, DJ Yoda
Played
stuff was sick.
Yeah, he was well good.
He had all the video game references.
You could have been a Jill sandwich.
I can't remember this. I was too drunk at that point.
Yeah, I don't remember that bit. I remember singing Green Day, but that was the last thing I remember.
That's the only actual song I heard all night.
Yeah.
I remember the Bond theme coming on and me just like going around the dance floor with like,
Oh, I remember that. We did that. Yeah.
that was great, right?
Because we went back to back and we went through the whole place.
Yeah.
That was all good.
People were pretending to die. It was great. Like,
It was amazing.
and also
I
the
don't remember
Superman.
that in the slightest.
Oh, you were outside at that point with Rick.
Oh.
And there was another bit with Super Mario where I was pretending to hold a saxophone because it was the saxophone solo. Great.
How long?
I remember Tetris put it on, and everybody lost their fucking mind.
Ooh. I'd do that. Dude,
There's Aloy, the chick from Horizon Zero
Horizon. It
Dawn.
looks like it. Yeah, I'll do it.
I don't want to be Chris Redfield.
We saw an dude playing Diva, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked
That
it.
confused me. I might be confused.
I didn't
Maybe
like
Pan's confused.
He had
I
hidden
like
I
tail.
wasn't ready for it.
Gender bending should go both ways. I approve.
Yeah, I'll be alloy for next time then. Get me some fur and whatever other stuff they have, I don't know.
Fire, why do you make me
Fire,
Chris
come.
What are you?
Just ask him for it. Huh?
Fire made me Chris Redfield, generic white man.
I mean, you're all generic
But
white
that's
man.
what the characters you make, so that's clearly what you want to be.
Yeah, you always pick generic white
Oh,
man.
here we go!
Oh, here we go, the truth!
What do you mean, here we go?
Luke is sad by the truth. He's saddened by
No, crossplay doesn't exist, Fire.
genericness. Crossplay for what?
Crossplay is not a real thing. It's too hard to do.
Crossplay. Oh,
Sounds like
is he
Chris Redfield.
talking about the gender bending?
Yeah, but I'm just making a joke. Cause
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to actually understand what he's saying. I'm just in the past.
the shade. He's the only white man I think that's fine. Well, okay.
Uh-oh, the shade goes...
Wow, okay.
Don't call it shade, it's just the truth.
Yeah.
Your face. Smash your face.
One day Luke
To be
will
fair,
my eyes
every time all you do
isn't
is
white/male.
Oh, that's it. Time to make my woken. Hunter.
He's gonna pick the whitest awoken
look.
colour available.
generic,
You son of
generic blue man. Ooh, what a change!
Make it a woman, Luke.
No.
Well, it's okay. Baby
Oh, I know one more
right?
thing about EGX.
What?
Birmingham needs to sort their shit out when it comes to their roads.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous. Those roads are stupid as hell.
Yeah.
I was so glad when I got back home towards Leeds. Oh,
the
well,
roads are normal.
apart from when the one
When the-
major road I needed to go on was closed for 2 nights, but other than that, it was...
car for 2 nights waiting.
Luke
Yeah.
hates women.
I'm still in there now. I haven't even been to work.
Luke hates
No,
women.
wait, no. Cam was our Uber.
Confirmed! Confirmed! Confirmed!
No, I don't
Luke
hate
hates women!
women!
Confirmed!
Yep, confirmed. Luke hates women.
He looks at
Yeah.
him, he's like, you can't be a video game character, you should be in the kitchen!
Yeah,
Is Uber a thing here? It is, apart from in London.
yeah, not London anymore.
Yeah,
No, I was in
just
Uber.
lost their license to
Yeah.
operate in London.
Cam was best Uber.
I was an Uber apart from Saturday, and I was
'Cause
still...
drinking.
I drank too much.
Wait, you drove on Saturday, didn't you?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I was sober when I drove on Saturday.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
say you weren't
totally.
sober. I just said you drove. I don't know, we're here, right? That's all that matters.
Please.
No, I was sober. I just was still hungover. Most definitely still hungover.
I would love Cam as an Uber driver, specifically an Uber driver.
Yeah. Not
But yeah,
really
that
sure if
was-
Cam was a
But
did what?
I'm a fantastic driver.
Cam was a good driver.
Overall, though,
He
that
managed to
was
get us-
pretty
he
much
managed to get us to
EGX.
Birmingham, and that's pretty difficult as it is.
And yeah, it was a good time. My body still isn't too happy with me, but I'm getting there.
Really?
Yeah. Like my sleeping pattern is like I'm waking up for work and everything, but I've got a headache most mornings.
Awesome.
And yeah, but like I'll probably be back to 100 by the end of the week. Yeah. I had too much caffeine.
I didn't have that.
I haven't had caffeine in like 6 months, and then I had a bunch of caffeine over this weekend.
He's back on the wagon.
Nah, I'm completely. I haven't touched this since I got back home.
Yeah,
No, Cam didn't drive into a McDonald's. He drove into a Pizza Hut. Get it right.
I drove into a Pizza Hut.
Please, Cam is nothing but classic.
Yeah.
I want
Sober.
Kamal to drive me around when
Okay, I do drive so...
McLaren P1. Yeah, I'll drive you around in my McLaren. I own a car, and it's a McLaren. All of
You
these
can't
things.
prove you don't right now.
Yeah, I drove into the Pizza Hut building while I was sober. I only drive while I'm sober. Can I just make
Like into a building? To be fair,
for the
Fire.
record, Cam only drives into buildings when he's sober.
When he's drunk, he misses that shit.
Fire is making a solid point here. I'm being sold on this point. Oh. Yeah, I think that was it. I think that's it.
I think it is, yes.
And I remembered some of the news I wanted to say.
Okay.
Some leaks have been coming out from some artists that have recently left Valve, and they show art that is consistently pointing towards the fact that Valve is internally working on a co-op fantasy adventure game, which is like an actual game and very confusing. So,
Valve don't make games.
Valve don't make games.
Valve don't make games. I completely
Fake
agree,
news.
guys. So really, what I think it is it's a 3D payment system. Wait.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
You make a character and you run around the world buying games.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing. So we'll have to wait and see, but I reckon it is the new Steam 2.0.
Virtual Steam.
Yeah, where you get to like put a Vive headset on and run around and buy your shop.
Yeah, it's, it's like Steam VR.
Yeah, that's what I think is actually happening. But silly people on the internet think they're making a game. Lol.
Those deluded fools.
Valve making games. What is this?
But,
Nonsense.
Yeah, I think that was it news-wise for me. Outside of the show, the stuff on the show floor. Do you guys know about?
Huh?
Sorry, do you want?
I was just gonna say I read a thing that was an article that said they're tentatively edging towards ending the writer strike.
Oh no!
They're still in negotiations with it.
Yeah. Yep. That was it. That was another piece of news.
Is that the other one? Is that the other one? There you go.
Yeah, it
Dude,
looks like
We got there.
it looks like they're finalizing the agreements. And yeah, it looks positive mainly. Like they didn't get the so the strike's been going on for a long while.
It's been since like February, hasn't it?
Yeah, almost a year now. But yeah, they didn't get everything they were requesting. I think the main things they got were that now companies have agreed to disclose to them the role that they're getting hired for, which before they used to get hired for.
Just like an undisclosed role.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
And they
That's
also
not really a big ask at all, is it?
No, yeah, they also now will disclose to them if the role involves profanity, sexual content, etc. Which
again, not a huge ask.
Yeah, before you get hired onto a role, and it's like, okay, we need you to just orgasm for 3 minutes straight, and it's like, but I'm a mother and I have children and I don't want to do this. Too late, you know. You signed on now. Now begin orgasming, woman.
Yeah, do it.
By the way, this may or may not make it into the final game.
Yeah, exactly right. They a big thing that they were asking for that they didn't get was that they wanted I forgot the official term for it, but basically a constant payout, like according to the sale of the game. So if the game ends up selling really, really well, you get like a percentage of money again, like for your role. So they didn't get that, but they do get a bonus for how many sessions they do. So the more sessions you end up coming in to record, the more you get paid per session. So it was kind of like a middle ground that they agreed with. Publishers actually had some stuff that they wanted the writer union to agree with. They got none of that through. It was pretty crap stuff, like that they could be fined if they didn't show up or didn't operate accordingly or something, and like all of this stuff. And it was like, why would you think a union would agree to this stuff? Like a union designed to protect its people is not going to agree that you could fine them for things. All right, Fire. Have a good one.
Bye.
Hopefully catch one of your podcasts one of these days, maybe. Not podcast streams. Podcast as well.
As a final thing, Go.
I'm upset that you made me play that game, Fire, but I still love you. Just deep resentment. But you know, there's love there still.
Sounds right.
A little bit of love, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I found a glitch in Destiny.
Nice.
Oh, whack.
I leveled up at the same time as I died on the Crucible, and now I've just got the end level up emblem just on my screen. As I continue.
Oh, I had that as well. Weird.
Cool.
It's kind of hard. Makes it kind of hard to aim, to be honest.
Nice.
Guess I'll make you play
Lol.
much worse.
Christ alive, that sounds rapey.
I approve. I approve this message.
Yeah, well, we've heard enough about you and rape this week. Last week, come on.
No.
Jesus. What is it with you and rape?
Me?
Yeah.
Just loves it, Luke. Why you
Big
hate
fan.
him?
Thank you for watching
You
1
lo-
Point
you
Podcast
lonely
number
bus driver.
75. We'll be streaming again next week with your regular weekly gaming news. If there's anything this week that we missed off, I'm sure we'll add it to next week's podcast. Thank you. Andy, do your thing.
What? Well, I mean, don't check the link dump this week because there isn't going to be anything in it. But
Whack.
if you've got anything you want to talk about next week, send us links and stuff, and we'll thank you in the podcast and all that jazz. Yeah, that's basically it this time. Don't know who's going to be on the podcast next week. Haven't checked yet. People will be there.
There will be people.
Yeah, there will definitely be a podcast, probably.
Yeah.
Chances
who.
are,
Okay.
if the
Chances
moon
of what?
were white,
What's the what chances of what, Luke? What are the chances?
chances are there may or may not be a podcast.
Right.
That-
Bye.